When Cherry Blossoms Whisper. Volume 2, Summer's Fragile Heart. Chapter 7, Yukata Mishap. The day of the summer festival is finally here. The entire school is buzzing with excitement. Students in colorful yukatas stroll through the campus, preparing for the night's event where food stalls, games, and performances will fill the evening with laughter and joy. The air is heavy with the scent of summer flowers and the sound of cheerful chatter fills the courtyard. Sakura stood before her mirror, staring at the reflection in disbelief. The yukata she had carefully chosen, a delicate shade of soft blue with floral patterns that reminded her of the summer sky, and now hung awkwardly from her shoulders. She had never been one to wear traditional clothing, and today it felt particularly unfamiliar. The fabric clung in places where it shouldn't, and the obi, despite her best efforts, was far too tight, making her feel like she couldn't breathe properly. Ugh, she muttered under her breath, tugging at the hem of the yukata in frustration. She had always been the stoic, collected one. But today, as the festival approached, she felt oddly vulnerable. She wasn't used to showing her more delicate side, and yet here she was, trying to navigate this strange world of festival games and the weight of expectations. Just then, the door to her room creaked open, and her brother Takumi stepped inside, looking as disinterested as ever. "You look like you're about to strangle yourself," Takumi observed, leaning against the doorframe with a smirk. "You sure you know how to tie that thing?" Sakura shot him a glare, not appreciating his comment. "I'm fine, Takumi. Just not used to this." Takumi raised an eyebrow. "Right? You should have asked Mom to help you." "I didn't want to bother her. She's already doing a lot for the festival," Sakura said, her tone softer as she turned back to the mirror. Takumi grinned, unfazed by her response. "Well, don't come crying to me when you get stuck trying to walk around like that." Sakura sighed, defeated. "You're so helpful." Before Takumi could reply, there was a knock on the door. It swung open without waiting for an answer, and Haruto stepped inside, his usual calm expression making him seem unaffected by the festive chaos outside. "I thought I heard you talking in here," Haruto said, his eyes scanning the room before settling on Sakura. "How's the yukata fitting?" Sakura immediately stiffened. "It's fine," she muttered, tugging at it once more. "It's just harder to wear than I thought." Haruto's eyes softened, but he didn't say anything for a moment. Instead, he stepped closer, his gaze lingering on her as if trying to understand her struggle. He was good at observing, but this time, something in his expression seemed different, a subtle hint of tenderness mixed with concern. "You sure?" he asked, his voice quieter than usual. Sakura couldn't bring herself to meet his gaze. "I'm fine," she repeated, her voice a little firmer now. Takumi, sensing the moment, took the opportunity to slip away, leaving them alone in the room. Haruto hesitated for a moment before speaking again. "If you want, I could help you with the obi. I've seen my mom tie it a few times." Sakura blinked, taken aback by his offer. "You know how to tie an obi?" Haruto shrugged, a small, almost imperceptible smile tugging at the corner of his lips. "Not really. But I can give it a try." Despite herself, Sakura found herself chuckling. "You're brave, I'll give you that." Haruto smiled at the sound of her laughter, but then his expression shifted, becoming more serious. "I don't mind helping," he said softly. "Really?" Sakura hesitated for a long moment. She had always prided herself on handling things on her own, but something about Haruto's presence made her want to let go of that burden, if only for a little while. She nodded slowly, stepping back from the mirror. "All right, I'll let you try." Haruto moved closer, his fingers brushing lightly against the fabric of the yukata as he worked to adjust the obi. His movements were careful, steady, almost like he was handling something fragile. The air between them was quiet, except for the occasional sound of his fingers shifting the fabric. Sakura felt her breath catch in her throat, her heart suddenly racing in a way she hadn't anticipated. It wasn't just the close proximity, it was the way Haruto's focus seemed entirely on her, the way he was taking care with every small adjustment. As Haruto tied the final knot, he stepped back and gave her a small, approving smile. "There? How does that feel?" Sakura stood there, frozen for a moment, before she realized she was holding her breath. She exhaled slowly, glancing at herself in the mirror. The yukata now fit perfectly, the obi snug without being too tight. "It's perfect," she said, her voice softer than usual. Haruto looked at her for a moment, his eyes lingering, as though he were trying to read the emotions she was hiding beneath her calm exterior. But before either of them could say anything more, there was a commotion outside the door, Takumi calling from the hallway, probably already bored of waiting. "Hey, you two done in there yet?" Takumi's voice rang out, making both Sakura and Haruto snap back to reality. Sakura quickly straightened herself up and turned to face Haruto. "Thanks, Haruto. You're surprisingly good at this." Haruto gave a small, almost playful smile. I try. But as they made their way out the door, Sakura's heart still fluttered a little with the memory of how close they had been, how gentle his touch had been on her skin, and how natural it had felt to be in his company. A feeling she wasn't used to and wasn't quite ready to fully understand. Thanks for watching our video. If you find this video interesting, then please subscribe our YouTube channel. If you're watching this video from TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, then follow our page for more contents like this.